Hi, it's David here. Going to talk about one of my favorite topics today, and one that's so near and dear to my own heart. And it's one that I really feel passion and imperative to get out to more people, and that is living an anti-traditional life. For most of us, and this is myself included, I set out of the gates going through school and working hard and getting the grades to get into a career, a profession, something that would be steady and strong and provide the freedom and security for my family. I think that's what we all do, right? We want to be that person. We want to be vibrant. We want to be in a place where we can be servants, do great work, serve people well, and for that we should be justly rewarded. That's the traditional model. And maybe generations ago that worked. Today, the world is changing at light speed. It's not at all the way it was even a few years ago, just a few years ago, let alone decades ago. When I came out of school in the early 80s, it was still the pathway that you got into a career or a business, or you climbed the corporate ladder and stayed in a job with a company or your own business for 30, 35 years before you went to retirement. That was the plan. And then you would live out your golden years, with those dreams and vision of what that was going to be like. The tables have turned. Number one, the world's changing too fast to get into a trench or a rut that you stay the same course all your years. We put so much emphasis in life on specialized training. And I'm not against it. But the problem with just focusing on specialized training is that it leaves one very vulnerable to changes in the world, politics, the economy, industries, job, career, even in one's personal life, like family issues. Could be a child's medical crisis, like I had in my life, or your own medical crisis, or your spouse, or maybe there's an unfortunate breakup in a partnership, business partnership, or a marriage relationship. There's so many things that happen because we lose focus of what we're really looking for. When I have the opportunity to work with our Freedom Founders members and I dig into their non-financial desires and goals, the big one that I always see is 4 letters, T-I-M-E, time. Everybody wants more time. See, time is the one commodity that we can't buy more of. Now, we can buy it in the future, but once time is past us, we can't go back and recover that time. It's over. So my whole plan in helping people live an anti-traditional life is not to take you away from what you worked hard on to gain the skill sets and the ability to serve people in a certain way. I just want you to have the choice, the option to deviate a little bit or be adopting other skill sets and interests while you're in your main traditional path. So you can do both simultaneously. It cannot be sequential. In other words, you don't just all of a sudden transition from spending 30, 35 years in one mode and all of a sudden change and adapt to a new lifestyle. It doesn't happen. There's too big a gap there. So you've got to be doing these things simultaneously. How do you do it? You don't have enough time as there is. The next several blog posts, I'll be digging into this very issue, what I learned in my life, what I've learned with working with hundreds of other professionals and business owners in their changing their path into what I call what's your next. What's your next? What's your next doesn't need to start when you're 60 or 65 or 70 years old. No, what's your next can be starting very, very young, at a very young age, while you're developing a main path. Have those alternate paths in place. There's ways to do that and make it happen, and I'll dig into that. On Tuesday, December 29th, I will be doing a class, a virtual online class regarding this topic. So if you'd like to be a part of that, I'd encourage you to opt in and register for that, and I'd love to see you there. So that's it for today. Just follow me on the next few blog posts, and I'll be digging into this what's your next conundrum, but also opportunity as we go along. And remember, it's important for you to always stay focused on your freedom. See you next time.